I'm going to come right out and say it, I'm not really a fan of the Mercedes G Wagon. There we go again, really working it. And as a result of that, in my 14 years of reviewing cars, I have never once done a G Wagon review. But that's about to change because Mercedes has launched the G580, or in other words, its first all-electric G-Wagon, and I feel compelled to give it a shot. So my thoughts and my review are coming right up. Stick around. So this is the Mercedes G580 with EQ technology, or in other words, the electric G-Wagon. The G-Wagon was first launched 45 years ago, and the G-Class, which takes its name from the German word Geländewagen, pardon me if I got that wrong, which basically means off-road vehicle. So now here we have it. It is launched for the first ever electric variant known as the G580 with EQ technology, and it lines up in addition with the other G-Wagon versions, the G550 and the G63 AMG. So I said off the top that I do not like the G-Wagon. Why? Well, it's really a few reasons. For me, the G-Wagon, I know it's capable and I know it's a luxury vehicle and it has luxury and it has capability, but man, it also has a stigma. It's more about the people, I think, who drive G-Wagons, and it's not the luxurious types. There's so much about this G-Wagon that's come with this kind of culture that it so represents, pretentiousness and bling and all these, musicians and rap stars, gotta have my G-Wagon. It's all this, like, the epitome of luxury. I just think there's so much over-the-top symbolism behind it. It's really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I've generally avoided having to review it. And, I also think this big boxy design is not quite luxury, but then that's just been me. I was still open to try it with the electric side of it because, hey, I'm a big proponent of electric vehicles. I've always been that way. And so here I am for the first time ever reviewing a G-Wagon. So the uniqueness of this G580 is the way that the drivetrain is designed. It is powered by 4 individually controlled motors that are located near the wheels. This is the first series production vehicle from Mercedes Group to have this individual wheel drive. With electric cars, we often talk about, front wheel or single motor or dual motor, all-wheel drive, but this is 4, and each works independently. So this configuration allows for what you call virtual differential locks. So through torque vectoring, it then basically enhances the G580's off-road capability. With torque vectoring, you're sending the amount of power to each individual wheel. It's controlled by a computer, it's automatic, but with 4 individual motors and wheels, you have this capability to really manipulate in difficult terrains and have greater capabilities overall. And the virtual differential locks enable fully variable torque distribution. It's really cool among the individual wheels. It's great for traction. All this setup allows for some neat party tricks, shall we say, or features that you don't see on other vehicles. One of them is this cool little feature called G-turn. What is it? Well, watch. Because of the fact that this G580 has 4 independent motors, 1 on each wheel, it allows for certain capabilities that others cannot. One of them is this neat party trick called G-turn. And essentially what happens is this G580 has the ability to basically rotate on the spot, really 360 degrees. The idea behind it is this would be something if you're off-roading and you're in a tight spot, where you can't do a 3-point turn or you need a very tight turning radius, well, this would just turn on itself. In reality, it makes a neat party trick, and we're going to demonstrate that. You can go around and around, but it limits you by only doing a maximum of 720 degrees, or 2 full revolutions. So what you have to do is you have to put it into rock mode. You have to have the low range mode on, and in order to get into low range, you'd have to put it into neutral and then back again. Once that takes place, all right, so we have got it, and just with an indicator of which way on the pedal shifters, I'm going to go counterclockwise. Let's see how it goes. Once. There we go again. Really working it. And twice. Oh. That was a blast. So if you made it to this point, you probably like what you see, but you also are likely not a subscriber. and I want to change that. Please subscribe to the Novak Report now. Help me grow this channel. Every month I put about 5 to 7 videos online, long form, short form, mostly automotive, but there's some travel, some product reviews as well. It's all good. Help me grow this channel. Subscribe now, and hey, hype this video up too. Thanks for your support. Now, let's continue on with the review. So all 4 motors in this G580 are powered through a 116 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery. The end result in terms of output is that it delivers 579 horsepower and 859 pound-feet of torque. Really an incredible amount. It's said to go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.1 seconds, which is quick. It's quicker than the G550, but not as quick as the time in the AMG 63. So the battery itself is housed in a torsion-resistant casing, and it's designed to protect it from water and dirt intrusions during off-roading. This, of course, is an off-road capable vehicle, even though, as we know, most G-Wagon owners never take it off-road, but still, it's capable of doing so. So with the uniqueness of it having battery instead of an engine inside, they do have to have some extra protection involved in its case. And in fact, the way that the battery is housed, what's unique is it has a deeper water fording depth than the regular G-Wagon. As for the overall range of this G580, it has a posted range of 385 kilometers, that's 239 miles. That's not great, but this is one of these cases where you sacrifice, power, as this is, and with 4 motors for, endurance and distance. There's also other contributing factors as to why you're not going to get as much overall range as you're seeing in other luxury SUVs. Number one, there's poor aerodynamics. This thing is a giant box. It has a ridiculous coefficient of drag. I don't know exactly what it is, but it doesn't cut through the wind, that's for sure. It's also heavy. I mean, this thing has significant weight. It's somewhere around 6,800 pounds curb weight. There's different numbers out there, but this is a lot of weight. And so even though you have a lot of power behind it, you can't really expect it to go very far. All that being said, posted range is just that, it's posted. In ideal situations, I've certainly been averaging beyond the 385. I haven't done a full empty or full to empty, but I've been seeing typically ranges well above 400 to 430 kilometers. So it all depends on a host of factors. The ability for this G580 for fast charging, it can take up to 200 kilowatts on a DC fast charge, and it's said to have 10 to 80% charge time in 32 minutes. If you're charging at home, this has an 11 kilowatt onboard charger, and if you are dead empty and you want to go to 80%, it says it's just over 13 and a half hours. We seldom ever get to completely empty, just as you don't get to empty on a gas tank, and you don't always want to go to full, but that's basically the type of speed and pace you're looking at. Despite its completely unique powertrain, the G580 in many respects is still very much a G-Wagon in terms of overall look and design. But that said, there are a few distinctive features found on the G580 that those with a keen eye for G-Wagon design will notice. Among the changes are a slightly raised hood, a new A-pillar cladding, and a small spoiler lip on the roof strip. But perhaps the most notable exterior change is the rectangular design box on the rear door, which is fitted as standard. Inside, items such as a charging cable, tools, or snow chains can be easily stowed. It also includes a Velcro strap and 2 cargo nets. Now, for those who prefer a more traditional round spare tire box instead, they can rest easy to know that the option is still available. There isn't anything notable on the inside beyond the specific on-screen displays and information that relates to it being battery-powered instead of gas. But that said, I've always been amazed at how tight it is inside for occupants, especially those in the second row, as it's far tighter in my view back there than one might expect for an SUV in the price range such as the G-Wagons tend to be. And as for price, the G-Wagon has always been a model with a high rent district price point, and the Electric G580 version is no different. With a base MSRP of $161,500 in the US and $206,000 Canadian, the G580 is more expensive than the G550, but not quite in the same altitude as the G63 AMG.
Now, my tester was an Edition 1 model, which added $20,000 to the price, and the Opalite White Mango exterior color carried an additional $8,500 to the bottom line. So, for $235,000 Canadian plus taxes, freight, and PDI, this test unit could be all yours.
Well, I've spent my time with this G580, the electric G Wagon, and has it changed my impression of the model? Well, it's still not for me. I would not own one, but I will admit this electric G Wagon is a beast. It has some pretty cool tricks that it can do, and it's worth it if you're into this kind of thing. I'm not, but what about you? Would you own one? Do you like the electric G Wagon? Let me know in a comment, and if you like this video, share it with others. If you're not subscribed to the Novak Report, please consider doing so. And if you are, remember to ring the bell so you get notified of every time I upload something new. And don't forget to hype this video. In the first 7 days, hit hype on the app. Help me share, help me grow this channel. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching.